morning, boys and girls, and welcome to Story Time. I have a great story I'd like to share with you guys today. The title of the story is Charlotte the Scientist is Squished, and it's written by Camille Andrews and illustrated by Brianne Farley. And as you guys know, we had Camille Andrews come to our school a couple weeks ago, and we learned a lot of great things about her family. She has a huge family. She has 6 children of her own. And this book inspired her, was inspired by the fact that she was one of many siblings. And she also has lots of kids of her own. So she was feeling a little squished. And she thought she'd write a great story about it. So, like I always tell you guys, take a look at the cover of the book so that you can make some predictions of your own. What do you think the story is going to be about? Who are the characters? Perhaps you may see them in the front cover. The main character may be revealed. Most likely it will. Now, as you can see, Charlotte is a bunny. Now, the title has scientist in it. So, is Charlotte ready to be a scientist? Let's take a look, okay? She's wearing her lab coat. She's wearing her protective glasses, her clipboard, her magnifying glass. She has some experiments that she looks like she's conducting on this side. Maybe they have exploded or something. Lots of things going on. Plus, there's more bunnies. Going to be an interesting story. Now, we take a look at every single page of the book because every single page is important. It will give us clues on what the story is about and lots of neat information. As you can see, when you open it up, you get to see, it looks like to me a carrot, Now, the carrot looks like a floor plan where looks like Charlotte may have designed her own carrot room. Control room, captain's chair, bathroom, toilet, bathtub, hallway, hypothesis room, chalkboard, table, you name it. Very detailed engine room. Everything is labeled out, very specific in her plan. Okay, now let's see. We open up the title page. The Charlotte the Scientist is Squished, and we see all, perhaps her family here, her mom, her dad, brothers and sisters. Okay, let's see. What is Charlotte's plan? All right, here we go. Charlotte was a serious scientist. Protective glasses, a lab coat, and a magnifying glass were all her essential scientific experiment, plus a clipboard for important notes. Charlotte solved problems by conducting experiments that follow the scientific method. Here we go. What is the scientific method, may you ask? The scientific method is question, hypothesis, experiment, observation, conclusion. Now here we have Charlotte ready for action. Protective glasses, clipboard, magnifying glass, and a lab coat. Let's see what kind of experiments Charlotte's going to be conducting. And Charlotte had a problem. She was squished. She was squished at the table. She was squished in the tub. Hey! And sometimes she was even squished on the toilet. Maybe she needs some privacy, It has become impossible to conduct her experiments. Her test tubes were taken, her beakers got broken, and her specimens were spoiled. Charlotte needed some space. Time to use the scientific method. And here are all her siblings reading a book, playing hide and go seek, perhaps, drawing and painting, running around the house. Quite a commotion going on here. Busy home. Step 1, ask a question. How can I get some space around here? Step 2, form a hypothesis. If I get rid of my brothers and sisters, I will have room to be a real scientist. Step 3, test the hypothesis. Experiment. She tried an experiment to make everyone disappear, but it didn't work. Poor Charlotte. She tried another experiment to make herself disappear, but that didn't work either. If she was going to get some space, she would have to go there. Bang, click, bomb. Keep out! Uh-oh. Where do you think Charlotte is going to get her space? Looks like that drawing we saw. Her drawings in the front of the book, could be a carrot rocket ship that she has created. Wow, smart idea. Where is she going? Of course, she's going to space. She landed on the moon. How do you think Charlotte is feeling now? Step 4, mark and record observations. Charlotte was no longer squished at the table. She was no longer squished in the tub, and Charlotte could take as long as she wanted on the toilet. Space was splendid. Observations, meals checked, baths checked, toilet checked. Important experiments, next step. Finally, step 5, draw conclusions. She had all the room she needed to conduct her very important experiments using her protective glasses, lab coat, and magnifying glass. Her test tubes were tidy, her beakers looked brilliant, and her specimens were sparkling. Her hypothesis was correct. She finally had room to be a scientist. The only problem was there was no one to talk to at mealtime, no one to blow bubbles in the tub. And what was Charlotte supposed to do when she ran out of toilet paper? Hello? Space was lonely. Uh-oh, now that's a problem, huh? Running out of toilet paper and no one to help you out? Can we relate to that nowadays? Toilet paper has become the topic of discussion. Back to step 2. Form a new hypothesis. If I can have friends in space, then I won't be lonely and I can be a real scientist. Time for more experiments. Charlotte tried chocolate, but it was too tempting. The balloons kept floating away. The robot bunnies were poor conversationalists, and they got ruined in the bathtub and tangled in the toilet paper. Here they are. Boop. Charlotte missed her family. She even missed being squished. So she tried one last experiment. Let's see, what is it going to be? What is the last experiment, boys and girls? Charlotte has decided what? To come back home. And reached a new conclusion. Here's her family. Charlotte didn't need outer space. She just needed her own space. So here, she's going to have her carrot rocket ship where she's going to have it land stationed at home. And whenever she needs that extra space, where is she going to go? She's going to find it in her carrot rocket ship. And here's her siblings. Did she solve her problem? In the lab with Charlotte, being a scientist means asking questions and looking for answers. Scientists ask all kinds of questions. They ask to find out how things work, how they can make something work better, or how they can help people. Some scientists study nature, like animals, insects, and plants. Others study stars and planets. Some find cures for diseases. Still others fly into outer space and dig for dinosaur bones and build robots and rockets. Every scientist starts by asking questions. The 5 steps of the scientific method. Step 1, ask a question. What, when, who, which, why, where, or how? Charlotte asked, how can I get some space around here? Step 2, form a hypothesis. A hypothesis is a best guess answer to the question. Usually it includes the words if and then. Charlotte's first hypothesis was, if I get rid of my brothers and sisters, then I will have room to be a scientist. What was Charlotte's second hypothesis? Step 3, test the hypothesis, experiment. An experiment is a test to help find the answer to the question. Charlotte tried an experiment to make herself disappear. What other experiments did Charlotte do to help answer her questions? You all know. Step 4, mark and record observations. Carefully watch and write down what happens during the experiment. When Charlotte went to space, she noticed she had lots of room to be a scientist, but she was lonely. What did Charlotte observe in her other experiments? Step 5, form a conclusion. A conclusion is the information learned from the experiment. What was Charlotte's big conclusion at the end of the story? Many questions to answer. All right, now, a little advice from Charlotte, okay? Here is Charlotte talking to us. I want you to know how you are being a scientist. I want to know how you are being a scientist at home, with your friends, and in your classroom. Follow the scientific method to answer a question. Then write and tell me about it. Charlotte the scientist, you can send her the information by mail, or you can email her at charlotte@charlottethescientist.com. So boys and girls, I want you to think of a problem and how you can analyze your problem and take it through the scientific method and see how you can solve it, okay? When you send Charlotte your email, I want you to copy me. I'll make sure at the bottom of the video, I'll include Charlotte's email address, and also copy me so that I could see what are you writing to Charlotte, okay? It'll be an interesting experiment to see how we write to Charlotte and what Charlotte responds to us. It'll be fun to track that. So boys and girls, I certainly hope you enjoyed the story. Now at the end of the book, most of the time we see the dedication in the beginning of the story, but authors sometimes choose to put it at the end to keep things interesting. And here we have Camille Andrews' dedication to all young scientists, especially my own. And Brianne Farley says, to friends, family, and alone time. Okay. And here at the end of the jacket, you can read, Camille Andrews lives in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, with her husband and 6 children. So she knows all about being squished. Charlotte the Scientist is Squished is her first picture book. Learn more about Camille Andrews and Charlotte at www.camilleandrews.com, and I will include all that information on the video. Boys and girls, I certainly hope you enjoyed the story. I want you to go back, think about a problem, write yourself your question and how you're going to solve it using the scientific method, and go ahead and email Charlotte for some fun. Hope you're enjoying your time. Stay well, be safe, and until our next story time, bye-bye now.